Another week here. How's yours?
Okay.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jules.
And
We
doing filmographies.
Hey, what's happening?
Oh my god, is it Ray Liotta's very first film credit? Hardhat?
And Legs.
Yes.
Although,
I'm a hot hat. It's what I do.
I think I got screwed on this one.
You lost 10 minutes.
But of the scene that he's in. I saw him briefly.
He talks to her in your cut, right?
Yeah, and then it ends with him.
You get one more shot of him reacting. And
I feel like I'm missing at least 65 minutes of dialogue.
Let us know all your trivias.
Nothing. Hit me with that synopsis.
Damn. Hardhat and Legs. Guess who's who? Construction worker Sal Pacheco, Kevin Dobson, attempts to graduate from catcalls to wedding bells with the object of his obsession, Professor Patricia Botsford, Sharon Glass. Can this lunkhead reform his ways and win the heart of this brainiac? Thus proving, like peanut butter and chocolate is a perfect pairing, so too is Hardhat and Legs.
Mm-hmm. Did you recognize his friend Vinny, the older guy he worked with, Raymond Sarah?
He seems familiar, but no.
Yeah, he was in Sugar Hill. But also, he's just been, gang mob slight guy and all sorts of shit.
Just what is it you hope to accomplish out there, besides busting my chops?
I liked him.
I liked him too. This movie...
Jason?
Yes.
Jason.
I kind of liked it.
I really like this, actually, to be honest. Once you get through the initial, what is this? How is this going to be a movie?
No, correct, because it just seems like the same scene 5 times, but a little bit different, including the rambunctiousness of them getting off the elevator at the end of the day, down at the bottom of the construction site, the conversations about the legs.
Yep.
They're the greatest legs I ever saw. Those legs? The greatest legs I ever saw.
It's strange.
Yeah, they're just catcalling. And women are walking by. Seems like it's the same lady, though, right?
No, it's her.
Okay.
It's absolutely
because she does
her.
come into the thing.
He's in love specifically with those legs.
Yeah, not her, though.
No, but
Not yet.
eventually, when he finally sees her, he's like, yes.
Because she
she's
comes
the one.
in and she says, like, yo, I don't think she says his name, but she says a name. And so I'm like, oh, maybe they know each other or there's a thing already going on here. But that's not the case. He's just hollering at this chick, and I mean, she's all right looking.
Yeah, she's fine. It's interesting because this is such a flawed setup for a movie that sexually harassing a woman will get her to be your wife.
Right, and he's like, hey, lighten up.
And it's relatively playful, though, like the catcalling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that all through the ages, when there is catcalling, it is obscene shit.
Yeah, I mean, he is a nice guy. Although he's catcalling and he's super forward.
He's got a good heart.
He won't cross the line.
Right.
Right.
You have to accept some nonsense in this movie to enjoy it, though, because this guy doesn't really work as a human being necessarily, but they're more well drawn than you would ever expect for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
They open up and they say how they feel. She shows pictures. Pictures? Yeah, I'm learning a lot over there, man. She's kind and she's patient with everyone. She's a terrific lady.
I thought this would be... Do you remember how Baby Sister, I liked Baby Sister with Phoebe Cates?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of not a lot to it. It's sort of light and fluffy. This is a much more detailed version of that, where they just gave it extra routes and believability. I don't know. It's not like they're just trying to fill 2 hours on a Sunday on CBS.
At times it feels like a TV movie that maybe was like a pilot.
Because it says guest starring in the credits.
Right.
Did you see somebody as the guest star?
Well, he wasn't a guest star. It said something like appearance or something. It was odd because it was the guy at the end.
Okay, at the end.
Playing the piano. His name is Bobby Short. He's playing Bobby Short. At the very, very end, the piano. I didn't like the ending, but... So, yeah, he's catcalling her, and he's following her, and eventually he comes to learn through osmosis that she's some sort of a teacher, sex ed teacher, but not.
I don't think reading a placard that tells you exactly who she is and what she does is osmosis.
Yeah.
Is
He's
it?
absorbed it through his eyeballs.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm signing up. Somehow he can pay the money to take this class, and
I
go
mean,
there.
he should be making bank. He should be making a ton of money.
And he's, exerting his sexuality. And
It's very odd how he like talks during the class
yeah,
and like grabs her attention. He'll be like right there.
They all bite, they all nuzzle, they all kiss their partners. Everybody does it.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
What are you doing, dude? This isn't. You guys aren't having a conversation. She's teaching a class.
so much so that later when his chair is vacant,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, oh, it's his chair. But yeah, it doesn't seem like she really. I mean, she's a professional woman,
Mm-hmm.
and although he is probably her age, he's, as far as we can tell, just a construction guy who hangs out with an older guy and they drink, and he goes to Sunday dinner with his large Italian family.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of hair, but he's actually balding, and he's a gambler.
We don't really. They touch on the gambling very loosely, which is
And then
actually
they
the
go all
perfect
in
way
on
to do it, right?
Yeah.
Just a little crumb right at the beginning when they go to the off-track betting.
Right,
But-
because that's how it happens.
Mhm.
You're with someone and you're like, oh, you smoke?
Oh, cigarette.
And then you have to like think about everything.
Right. All my pockets are cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
So every night after class, he says to her, "Can I walk you home?" And she says no. And you get a montage of him saying, "Can I walk you home?" She goes, "No."
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
eventually he's like, I'm gonna follow her home.
I really admire your persistence, but enough is enough, okay?
Oh, you think I'm walking with you? I'm not walking with you because I know you don't like that. I'm just going that way. Hey, that's all.
I'm just going this way.
Boop boop. And this is as we slowly make our way. As she goes to the subway, he catcalls her. He whistles at her.
You?
Me.
The Whistler?
I cannot tell a lie. I'm the whistler.
It's you?
Yeah, it's me. It's me, Legs.
So she had no idea this whole time.
No, she just thought he was a guy. I mean, he's just one of 20, 30 faces up in the
But his name's on his
skyscraper.
helmet. Boom, boom, boom. And she goes, fine. What are you worth or whatever?
No, she says, "Show me your legs."
Oh, that's right.
And he's like, "What? No." And
And
then he's like, "Yeah, okay."
And in my cut of the movie, the audio track gets way out of whack at this point.
Really?
It's like she's yelling at him, beat, 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 and then the dialogue.
Did
hear
you
it.
ever restart it or anything?
I did.
Restart your, okay.
So yeah, she starts to slightly warm up to him, and she goes, "All right, you want to come up? Yeah,
He's really excited to get it, dude.
come back tomorrow and we'll have brunch."
What, bro?
11 during the day?
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, what are you, Batman?"
Mm-hmm.
So he comes over, and he's trying to put the Mac on her, and then all of a sudden,
This is so funny. I laughed out loud at the next two reveals.
her roommate comes out.
Mind if I smoke?
Yes, we do. It pollutes the air and it stinks up the place, and I'm allergic to it. And we don't have any ashtrays, so there's no smoking in here.
Dee Dee.
Yeah.
And I like that guy.
She's cute.
She's great.
Like the things she say are she's funny.
Mm-hmm.
She seems like a real individual, not just a
Yeah.
stock child type. I
You
liked
can
her quite
tell
a
the
bit.
impression that her mother's had on her.
Yeah.
Her raising techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Very grounded, very mature and learned, which is surprising when you meet her husband.
Well, then that comes into play because shortly after this, they meet Dee Dee.
Mm-hmm.
In walks in a little boy,
Bud.
Bud. She has a second child. She's like, I got two.
Yeah.
And he takes after his dad.
Yeah, and she goes, "Oh, he's one of my students. He just started, I think." And the boy goes, "Yeah, he looks like a newbie or something like that."
Who are you?
From Mom's class, a beginner.
Looks like a beginner.
And she's like, "So you see, I'm a divorced, part-time single mom. I don't have time for a meathead."
No.
And he's like, "I can change."
He's rolling with it.
He puts
Like,
an egg on his face. Smashes an egg on his face.
That's not now. That's later.
No, because she's like, I think you should probably get out of here.
Here I am with egg on my face, and you're kicking me out.
Okay, are we skipping past the point where he takes the little boy over to the corner across the room and is admonishing him? Did you not see this part?
Oh, was that now? I thought that was a later dinner.
Okay, I missed the setup, and then he had that little boy in the corner, and the little kid's head keeps dropping. He keeps putting his thumb right on there, and he's like, you know, you've been a real asshole to me. And he just, the kid, and he keeps doing it.
Or you can settle down, shut your trap, and be a nice guy. Clear?
Just touch him. He's right in this little kid's face. The kid's 9?
Yeah.
He's like 9.
He's not even hiding it.
No, the craziest fucking part, because I did not see what led to them going over there, is they then walk back across the room to the table, and the mom is not at all freaked out by him touching her child.
That's right.
And like punishing him or giving him a talking to. Fucking insane. A mom would lose her shit over this.
For me, when he goes, hey, bud, come over here. I thought he was actually going to do like something genuinely smart.
Yeah.
To, you know, rack this kid's brain or something.
But he's like hard ass bullying.
He's just like,
him.
you motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have sex with her.
I'm gonna fucking snap your fingers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna kill you. So he does leave. He smashes an egg on his face, but he keeps coming back. Hey, I signed up for the intermediary class. And then we see a point where they're talking in a relatively mature way. Hey, why don't you come out to dinner and you'll see how I'm a family man or whatever. She goes, okay. And it's just like the biggest Italian family you've ever seen. The murder. That's his mom.
He's the murder?
And then all of a sudden everybody's chiming in. You gotta marry her, bum, bum, bum. And they're really looking handsome.
How did such a pretty girl like you get mixed up with such a bum like this here, huh? What do you know? What do you know?
She's a fucking bum. This guy.
This guy's no good. What are you doing with him?
Uncle Louie's singing, and they're all singing, and she's just, melting.
So this is where I'm going to reveal to you.
This is where you fell in love with this movie.
No, this is where the mystery cut is, where you don't know what happened.
Oh, yeah. He goes, hey, this guy's a bum. He looks at the camera, and then it just fades out.
Somebody's like, what do you do? And she's like, actually, I'm a teacher. I teach blah, blah, blah. And they're like, what do you teach? And he's like, yeah, she teaches welding up in the sky. And then it cuts.
Yes.
But then she's like, actually, I teach a course on human sexuality.
Oh, see?
And they're all like horrified, and then they start talking again like a moment later, and then the mom is talking shit about her in Italian to her husband, and she starts speaking Italian, and then they're all like, oh, she's the fucking best lady that ever was.
Yeah.
So they robbed her of a bunch of character arc for you, man.
Yeah,
Like,
that's awful.
Why would you take that? What is the point of the dinner if you don't have like this thing and you get more of a feel for her personality? She's just like
why would you cut that out?
A hidden creature for time, I guess. But why on Prime? It makes
because
no sense.
we've seen movies from this era.
Mm-hmm.
They're dropping N words. They're dropping F words.
You immediately were like, "Was it pretty racist?"
Mm-hmm. That's what I had to assume.
No, it was nice. It's not a racist movie. There's no racism in this movie.
No, because race doesn't exist in this movie.
Right? No.
They're too wealthy.
There's gabagools, and that's it.
Oh, so then after the dinner, fucking.
What
are you doing?
I was confused about where there it is. I thought that I was touching the mic cord, but I wasn't sure where it was. And then you were looking at me, so I was like, stop looking for it, Jason.
So then her husband drops off the children, and she's not there. And who is it? It's John Cazale.
Sorry.
Can I say something to you?
Yes.
I think this guy's really handsome.
Oh my God. Okay.
I think this guy's
He seems like a little bit of a murderer.
Yeah, a little bit. Very like stony, but like he's got such a chiseled face. I was thinking he looked like Michael Stuhlbarg mixed with somebody else. You're going John Cazale.
I'm going John Cazale mixed with Stephen Miller.
Yeah. Mark Strong mixed with Michael Stuhlbarg.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. He's like, she comes in like, oh, sorry, I'm late. He's like, no problem. He's just like walking around, looking around the apartment, inspecting it.
Great babe down my throat.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Why don't you have a seat? You're making me nervous." And he goes, "No, I'm leaving."
Thank you for pausing in between my coughs.
And the kids come out and she goes, "Hey, children, it's nice to see you." And he's just standing there. And then he just leaves. He didn't say goodbye.
He's a good dad. He's detached. That's why they're not together, right? Like, they're attracted to each other, but he's a cold, detached person.
I guess.
That's the vibe every single time he's in the movie.
Yeah, I feel like, she's an intellectual. She's a little bit of a liberal. And he's just like, hey, I like that.
Bit of a wiener?
Yeah, a little bit. So she gets the singing telegram thereafter, and it goes on for a very long time.
I was thinking about this lady and her singing, like, to memorize that. Like, they don't have a cue card. It's a lot to sing.
Did he write that song? Because it's very specific to the occasion, but
I don't know how that
it
works.
seems kind of odd that he would have written that.
I don't think he could have written that.
But it would also seem equally odd that you would just be like, yeah, it's for this and her, and they would write the song.
I think they're more likely to be the ones to do it because they do singing telegrams.
I just kept expecting her to get shot.
Shot?
Yeah.
By the telegram person?
But she's invited to this picnic, so she shows up and they're at the construction site. He's got a bunch of shit.
I did not care for it when they went up, up, up. I said, I'm scared of heights.
Yeah.
I do not like this. There are not walls.
No.
He says, be careful of the holes.
Yes.
The drop holes.
But then he draws a line.
Yes.
And he says, don't cross this line.
Okay, now you see the line.
Yeah?
Now I want you to pay attention. Now, I don't want you near that line all day. I don't want you on it. I don't want you to cross it. If you cross it, you're going to sit on the blanket all day, okay?
You can't trust kids. They're out of their fucking mind. They might just run and jump off because they're mad.
Yeah. And
They're up on
They're
the
having a good time.
skyscraper until the kid wants to play frisbee. The mom's like, I told you we can't play frisbee.
he goes, bitch, shut the fuck up. It's all right, Susan.
Okay, it's not all right.
She's just like, oh my God.
The worst part about their idiot frisbee game is that he puts the kid on the outside.
Yeah.
So the kid is closer to any of the edges. He's throwing from the middle of the building.
I honestly,
That kid could be so excited about that frisbee, he
Honestly?
just goes right off.
that's what I was expecting.
Fuck yeah.
And then we were going to see a dummy cartwheeling through the air.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
I should listen to you.
But no, the frisbee does go over.
Yeah.
Nobody's killed.
And he's like, told you we should listen to your mom.
Your mama's right. He goes, yeah.
Mom, I respect you now.
Except
this guy,
I'm going to totally fucking rat on you later.
I'm going to make up some crazy shit to Papa.
Yeah.
Papa doesn't even like us, but I'm going to make up some crazy shit because fuck you.
Mm-hmm. And he does just that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's fucking her in the ass.
It was
He's
so
smacking
windy.
her around.
We almost fell off the building 6 times.
I was wearing my parachute pants.
They made us eat drugs for lunch.
Yeah.
It was Quaaludes and cocaine.
We had to use razors and barbed wire to cut the meat.
He says, call him Nino. And then he brought us to the off-track betting place.
And you wouldn't believe how many times he says the N-word.
It's so crazy.
But he does, in fact, take him to it's a bar. But there is betting going on.
I mean,
Off-track betting is very different from a bar that has betting. Off-track betting, it's just 65 guys watching a small color TV dangling
there's
from the wall.
like 2 windows
Yeah.
that you go up and exchange your money.
Put $65 on sugar tits. He gets her a drink because she wants a hard liquor drink, like a slut. And he gets the kids like a Coke, and he gets himself something.
Mm-hmm.
But while he's up at the bar, all of a sudden he's just greasing some guy's palm. With like $4, it seemed like. It didn't even seem like a lot of money. The kids make their own little sort of foolish bet. And, not for money. And they're watching it. Oh, come on, horse racing. And he keeps getting like more and more closer to the camera as he like surpasses everybody because he's just like, oh God, no. And he passes the guy bet with, and he's just like,
Should we both do that? This kind of money, they're gonna break me.
And the mom's like, interesting. And they leave, and she goes. They're back at their place. They're sipping Cavassier in front of the fireplace, and they're kissing. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "I love you." She goes, "I know." He goes, "I know you don't love me as much as I love you, but in time. And then she goes to him, are you sleepy? He goes, I thought you'd never ask.
No.
No, he bangs on her pretty
Yeah.
good. And they're in bed, and then she goes, so how much do you gamble?
It is impressive what a nice guy is. Like, he took his time. You thought he'd be a sleazy scumbag due to the catcalling, but he's a sweetheart. He's got a good heart. He's willing to wait.
But here's the thing.
Not that long, but
I mean, he did gamble at the bar
yeah.
once.
It's his reaction to it that's making her go, is this Uncut Gems?
Because she goes, you're going to go somewhere, and I don't want to hear any ifs, ands, or buts. And it's Alcoholics Anonymous, oddly enough.
It wasn't Gamblers Anonymous?
No, I'm joking.
Oh.
It was Gamblers Anonymous. Guys up there like, yeah, I'm a gambler. I shitted all my money away.
I used to leave a radio running while I was making love to my wife so I could listen to the race results.
Then he goes back to gambling. And then the kids are eating with their papa. And they're like, yeah, shit's so fucking crazy over there. It's like Mad Max the Thunderdome.
He brought us up into an unfinished building.
The dad's like, I don't like this shit. And he takes her to court because he wants to re-amend the custody agreement.
Oh, Jonas, I want you back.
And the kids are like, oh, yeah, he's totally this and that. And then she goes, get them out of here. I'm going to rap.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, that didn't happen. That happened, but not like that. Not like that.
They said that we were making out. Now, he would look at me, and I would look back at him a certain type of the way, because we really care about each other, and our hands touched.
He's walking down the street, and all of a sudden, 3 guys grab him and throw him into the lobby of a building.
I like
There's a
this.
couple other Cuban guys playing the drums, just like, oh, he's about to get it.
Yeah.
Let's play it louder.
It's almost like they're covering it up, man.
Let's cover this shit up. And one guy's like 3.5 inches tall.
This is so funny. I love that he's such a little guy, and he's pretty
Putting it to him.
intimidating.
Yeah. Look at, you owe Carlos exorbitant amount of money.
I think it's like $7,000.
It's like 72 or 7,400. But he's like, can he carry me? He goes, he would for 7,000, but some denomination over that. And he goes, well, I ain't gonna fight you 3. And they go, nah, we're gonna fight you. Goosh, goosh, goosh.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of him.
And then for some reason he shows up at the child custody hearing. Beat the fuck. Why is he there?
This is the biggest red flag in the world. You would never, ever, ever see this man again.
No, because she's like, yeah, I'm really trying to tell you the truth here. And then, oh, here's my boyfriend.
He showed up. He's all beat up and fucked.
Yeah.
You can't come in there with blood dripping off your face like you've been beat up.
Yeah, and then after that, when they walk outside, he goes, I'm going to take the kids to the park. You and your mother be alone.
Wouldn't you be like, you can't,
I
what's
think
wrong with you? You
before
can't
that,
have my
they
kids.
was like, why are you beaten up? What? We need to get to the bottom of that first.
Yeah, it seems like there could be a real problem with you if you're getting beat up.
So she gets into the mother's car, and she goes to her, slave. She goes, go fetch yourself a wiener. We're going to be a minute.
They eat some hot dogs in this movie. I
They
want
do.
those hot dogs.
Yeah. And then
Remember when they're trying to be funny with the hot dog guy? They're like,
Yeah,
I
I'll
want a
take a
chopped
lobster
salad.
bisque.
Yeah.
And she's laying it out for her, like, look, homeboy, your husband wants you back. You're kind of worthless without him, so why don't you just do that damn thing?
Yeah, it's 1980. You don't count.
And she just collapses and cries in that woman's shoulder. So then he takes her home in the cab, and she sends the kids upstairs, and she's blocking him from going up. And he's like, oh, it's like that. She's like, I can't be with you. Look at you. And
Why
he's
did
just
you
like,
show up to court beaten, bloody?
You know what happened?
I don't care. They're going to take my kids away, you fucking
I
idiot.
got beat up.
Because I have a gambling problem.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go gamble right now, you dirty bitch.
And she's like, I can't. Just leave me. And he walks away, but he comes back. He's like, you are... And then he leaves. And then he's, moping. And his homeboy's just like, yeah, well, what are you going to do? But then later he's like, why didn't you call her?
Oh, we skipped something real important.
Hit me with it.
The reason they beat the shit out of him is because that
Nope.
lady's ex-husband gets him fired.
Nope.
That's
Yes,
why
that
he doesn't have the
Yes.
money to pay them back. That's why he's behind on things, because he got fired.
Because of the kid.
Yeah, because he brought the kids up in the
Yes.
skyscraper. So that guy, the
I thought you were going to divulge more information.
no. The husband like contacts whoever and is like, fire him.
Yeah.
And so his boss has to be like, sorry, you fired. And he's like putting his hands on his boss.
Yeah.
Come
Wait a
on,
second.
I'm gonna work here though.
It's like, what am I, your girlfriend?
Will you talk to them?
Yeah. I will, but it ain't going to do
It's-
any good.
Why would he? It's straight from the top. They're saying, get that motherfucker out of here. He's
Right.
bringing children
Do you know
into
how
an
many
unfinished...
Italians we have lined up to
Yeah.
work here? A lot.
Yeah.
And you're just one. Yeah, he's down on his luck now, and he's moping about. His friend is like, yeah, man, you should call her. And he's like, I ain't going to call her. You should call her. I'm sick of you looking like this. And she eventually goes to see the husband. She's wearing a fur coat.
Yeah.
And that maid is like, who are you?
It's like, I'm Mrs. Jombler.
I'm Mrs. Scamcloth or whatever. And she
Mhm.
goes, oh, well, he's up in the study. Okay, you need me to show you?
I used to live here, bitch.
And she goes up
You can hit maids.
and knocks on the door. He goes, yeah, come in. And she opens the door. He goes, oh, Barbara. And he gets up and he's got on one of those white athletic sweaters
Right, and little shorts.
with like the V-neck collar
Mm-hmm.
and no sleeves and super little shorts.
Looking good, bro.
Like he just got there playing racquetball. And she's like, look, man, I ain't about it. And he goes, aren't you though? And he takes her out to the patio. He's like, I'm going to amend. Is this that time?
I'm not sure what you mean by this time, but he tells her he wants her back.
On the
They're
patio.
they're tussling slightly. I feel like they're arguing a bit before they go to the patio.
Do they?
Why would you go to the patio with like an angry ex-husband?
Yeah.
I just feel like he's going to grab you and throw you off the side.
Well, he does grab her.
I know. He
He
could
kisses her.
throw her off the side.
Yeah, he kisses her and he goes, you like that?
People do that.
And then she goes inside and she's like, dude, I'm leaving. And he's like, nah, I kind of feel like I'm going to rip you.
Yeah.
He starts, he's on her. and
It's
she
terrible.
Throws him off and he gets back on her. Yeah, it's ugly. But then she grabs him and I'm like, judo flip. And she judo flips his ass.
Mhm.
Hoi!
I'll show you. You have as much chance of keeping those kids as...
These weird ex-husband raps are always strange too, because it doesn't necessarily, in a fictional setting in these movies, it does not necessarily seem like a power move. Like, I'm gonna rip you, you fucking bitch, I hate you. It always seems like, I'll show you how much you love me though. Right? It
Right, like
always
they
seems like,
expect the to result in the woman being like, oh, wow. He does.
you know what? I do miss this and I love you.
I've come to my senses.
Isn't it fucking crazy?
It's super crazy.
That
'cause it's
usually
like,
seems like the tone.
that's going to be the foundation of your relationship if it resumes going forward.
Yeah.
What are you, Donald Trump?
It's not like Sugar Hill where Vondi just keeps hitting her and being
Right.
scary.
He's
not really like beating her. He's just like trying to force himself on her.
Yeah.
And he's not trying to jam it in. He's like kissing her. Again, it's totally it's not good.
yeah.
But it's weird how they spin it like it's a romantic thing.
Right, like he's just like, I just got to show you.
Once it's in, you will feel the power of love.
Yes.
Like somebody will write soon.
Yeah, it's like kissing Snow White,
Mm.
but forcibly with your penis.
Yeah.
And she gets the fuck out of there. And we don't see the children anymore after this. We didn't see them there, but the courtroom is the last time I think we see the children.
Yeah, he threw them off the roof. He to spite her because she wouldn't take them back.
And now we're seeing Sal just moping. But he does go back to Gambler's Anon, and he fucking kills it in this scene.
He becomes their king.
He's just like, I blew it. I had the woman and I fucking blew it.
And I'm going to keep coming back here every week to talk and to listen. And maybe one day I'll like myself a little better. And maybe then I'll have a life I can be proud of.
Maybe find somebody who wants to share their life with me. Thank you.
He goes to meet a guy to
You're
get a
touching
loan.
me again. You did that last week too. What are you doing?
I'm connecting.
Yeah, okay.
He goes to meet that guy to get a loan. And
Yeah.
It's like a super big loan.
Okay.
And he goes, fucking drop the papers. I'm going to get cigs. And he gets bumped and he looks through a door. And who does he see?
Her?
No, the husband.
Oh.
Working with the fucking loan shark.
Oh, yeah.
Bookie guy. He had him tooled up. But also, he goes then to meet a really weird Englishman on a yacht.
Far away, me old son.
What's Botsford got to do with you guys? Who? William Botsford, the lawyer. Hey.
Oi, mate. I can't tell ye.
I can tell you, but if you tell anybody else,
Alright, I'll tell you.
They're going to put you in the cement.
And I'm going to lean on this railing.
Yeah.
And then after I tell you, I'm going to just stand here for an uncomfortable amount of time.
You can push me off. Everybody should be pushed off of buildings in this.
If you fucking tell them that I told you, you're going to be under the boat as opposed to on top of the water.
Hey, I hear that you're you're dirty. I heard it from somebody that I'm friends with.
I heard it from that weird British guy at a yacht in the East River.
You know, in the skipper hat?
Yeah.
That guy?
With the Guatemalan prostitute.
What's
You
that?
didn't see her? So, whoever the fuck that guy is, he goes, he's the bag man. And I guess then he calls the husband and he goes, I know it's you.
As soon as you say that, they start to emerge from behind pillars and stuff.
All of a sudden, Benicio del Toro comes up until that day.
There's always free cheese in a mousetrap.
So he gets him off her back, I guess. And literally, all of a sudden,
yes,
she's being driven in a horse-drawn carriage in a fur coat, and she's drunk.
How many glasses of this stuff you had?
Well, not enough to give me the gas.
Why'd you call me? So apparently she called him. We don't see that.
She's loaded.
She's loaded, and she's just. He's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "He's like, no."
It's mine now.
She throws it in his face.
Oh shit!
Now go see my husband.
What?
But they make up. Apparently, I don't know. I didn't really like this.
No, because she's wasted, and then she like divulges all the love she has for him, and how
My
he's.
husband called, and I knew you called him, and it's
You'll
like-
never get away from me now because I love you so very much.
But she's God, I really wish there would have been a Stella kind of moment when he puts in the effort to get her. It just undermines everything. And then they stop, and there's this guy, Martin Short, playing the piano in a park. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they're going to start singing. This is perfect.
I wonder if I just turn the movie off.
And they don't. They just stand there while this guy's playing the piano. Moon night in summer. And then it ends.
Okay.
And it's... Boy, this movie... I was really invested for like the middle through towards the last... Up to like before the last 10 minutes, maybe.
I feel like the revelation of like the gambling problem was kind of... I mean, they needed to stretch it to make it a movie.
Yeah.
Like there had to be a problem. But up until that point, I was like, this is kind of like a cute meet cute with a lot of strong personalities, and I'm into it.
I feel like from the moment we meet the children up to the point where he confronts the husband, like the shit in there, I'm just like, yeah, I'm behind this.
Oh.
This movie really surprised me.
Yeah.
And then it just shits on you at the very end, and
I will give it a 6. I had a really surprisingly good time watching it. A couple of scenes made me laugh pretty hard. I kept having to tell, we'd go outside for a cigarette, and I'd be like, it's fucking Hardhat and Legs. You're never going to believe it. And I'd give it a lowdown on it, and she'd be like, okay.
I give it a 6.5 because really, honestly, I think the heart of the movie and the best parts of the movie is when they're together.
Yeah.
It's very genuine. And they really represent relatively believable characters.
We should start gambling.
I have started.
No, nice. Did you
If
gamble
somebody
your
comes
cat?
here looking for
Why would they come here?
I gave him your address. I used your picture as my avatar. It's online gambling.
Fuck, dude. Why'd you do that?
What would you give Ray?
It's kind of nothing, but like he's charming. You know what? Also, you pretty much can't see it, but when there's a giant shot of the table, you can kind of see him lean back. He's in a sea of people, so you really can't.
Yeah.
His mouth opens, and I know he's doing that fucking laugh. I know he's doing that laugh. There's no way to even screenshot that because it looks like nothing, but I could tell.
Right.
Because they're all laughing and hooting and hollering.
It's a great dinner.
I mean, I give fucking Ray, honestly, this is why this podcast sucks, because my ratings are terrible. 6.5.
I give him a 10.
Oh, all right.
No, I think considering it's his first, he's been acting, so it's not like, this is it. His first, but yeah, I think a 7 for me is where I'm at. I really liked what little bit he did. It felt, yeah.
And he's cradling that child, his son that's in his lap and stuff, and he's like very much feels like a father or an uncle or whatever is going on there.
And I buy him as that guy's relative.
For sure.
Big time.
Yeah. Big time. Let's give him the rundown.
Yeah.
Linktree.
link.tr.er.
linktr.ee/we doing filmographies.
Gmail.
Oh, yeah. We can do them filmographies at gmail.com.
Hotline
763-634-1897.
Now Playing Network.
Podcasts you can watch and listen. Nope, just listen to.
Yep. And that's it.
Rate, review, subscribe.
Oh, that's another thing.
Podchaser, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Pod City, Pod Pickle.
Sphincter. Pod Sphincter.
Pod Sphincter. Bloop. All right. Review us. If you review us and let us know about the review and we can verify the review, you can pick a film for us to do this with.
Just make sure you leave it in the review. Don't just leave the review and then wonder how you're going to pick the movie.
I mean, you could let me know. That would be okay.
They leave the review and then they call.
763-634-1897. I did what you wanted.
Yeah.
Next week. Can I tell them?
Yeah, please do, because I don't know what it is.
We recorded most of this Liotta run months and months and months ago.
Oh, the second one hasn't run yet? This is going to be the second one? This is the first one still?
This is the beginning of the second run.
Okay.
We recorded the other 5, but then remember I was like, well, we got to do Hardhat and Legs and Our Family Honor we'll be watching next week. Now, that is a TV show.
Did we already watch that?
Nope. 12 episodes, I think. And then somebody either took them all and turned them into a movie, or I think we're actually going to be watching like a movie-length pilot. Okay, I've been Jason.
And I've been Jules.
Great pipe. Great pipe.
It's pretty strong.
Who do you think she's talking to on the phone?
Her second husband.
Damn.